going on, everyone? It's Alex here from Aleks Physio. So today we're going to be going over 5 exercises that you can do if you have a disc herniation and subsequent sciatica-like symptoms down your leg. Welcome. For those of you who aren't familiar with my channel or who are new to the channel, my name is Alexander Kravich and I'm a physiotherapist in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm going to be going over 5 exercises that you can do if you've had a disc herniation and subsequent right leg sciatica-like symptoms or left leg symptoms. The premise behind these exercises is they're going to be extension-based exercises and they're going to be in different positions with various loads depending on how tolerable these symptoms are or how symptomatic you are and what stage of recovery you're in. So feel free to modify some of these exercises based on how you're feeling and modifying the range of motion as well. Of course, this isn't medical advice, so please see a physiotherapist if you have had an injury to your back and develop subsequent leg symptoms. So the first exercise we're going to do is a sciatic nerve floss. So what this is going to look like is you're going to lie on your back and you're going to interlace your fingers and rest your hands behind your knee, and you're trying to straighten your leg, and as you're straightening your leg, you're pointing your toes away from you, and then as you come to the start, you're pointing your toes towards you. So the premise is you're tightening one end of the nerve while relaxing the other end of the nerve, and you're flossing that nerve as you're going back and forth. So toes towards you as you bend the knee, and toes away from you as you straighten the knee, because that sciatic nerve runs down the back of your leg all the way down into your foot and branching into other nerves as it goes down into your lower leg. Okay, and again, the amount of range of motion that you go in just depends on what you're feeling and how provocative the symptoms are, and you're supporting your leg with your hands. Okay, that's exercise 1. Exercise 2, we're going to do a prone half cobra. So what this is going to look like is you're going to go on your forearms. You're going to start with your head just close to the floor, and then you're trying to push off of your forearms and trying to arch your back and look straight ahead, and then come back down to the start. So you're pushing off your forearms and looking up and trying to arch your back. And again, the range of motion that you go through will just depend on what you're feeling and how the symptoms are as you're going through it. You can start off with very low level exercise or low level range of motion, and then as you get more comfortable, you can try to progress further based on how you're feeling. Okay, that's exercise 2. Exercise 3, we're going to do a cat-cow, but we're only going to work on the cow component of it. So you're going to get on all fours, so knees under hips, hands under shoulders, and you're just trying to arch your back and then return back to the neutral position. So arch your back, really try to stick your bum back, and then come back to the start. Arch back, and come back to the start position. Eventually you'll want to be able to go through the full range of motion where you're rounding your back as well. Just sometimes there's a tendency for the symptoms to be a little bit more provocative and provoked when you go into low back rounding. So that's going to be exercise 3. Exercise 4 is just going to be walking. So walking short periods initially, multiple short walks throughout the day, trying to change positions when you can and doing it frequently, and trying to build up your walking as the symptoms get better. And walking, when you walk, trying to take shorter strides and slower strides initially early on, and building up the stride speed first before you build up the stride length or how far of a step you're taking on each step. That's going to be exercise 4. Exercise 5, we're going to do a full cobra. So now instead of going on your forearms, you're going to go onto your hands. This one's going to be the most challenging out of the 5, just based on the amount of range of motion you're going through. But you're going to try to see if you can fully straighten your elbows, look straight ahead, and really try to arch your back as much as you feel comfortable with it. And then come back to the start. So fully straighten your elbows, arch your back, and then come back to the start. So there you have it. We went over 5 exercises that you can do if you've had a disc herniation with leg symptoms traveling down either leg. It's important to note that individuals can have disc herniations and not have any symptoms, not have any back symptoms, or not have any leg symptoms. But if you do have a disc herniation on imaging and you have those leg symptoms, then generally extension-based exercises tend to be tolerated better for individuals versus flexion-based or when you round your back. That's why sitting tends to generally feel more uncomfortable versus standing and walking, because sitting you're in more of a rounded position versus standing and walking. However, of course, that isn't always the case, and it needs to be individualized to each person who has this condition. And speak to your family doctor or physiotherapist with regards to giving you the appropriate exercise. This is just a general education and general guidance on some movements that tend to be a little bit better tolerated. Have you had a disc herniation in the past with leg symptoms, with sciatica-like symptoms, or do you currently have it? What exercise have you found that has helped the most and what hasn't? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, consider subscribing to my channel. It really allows my channel to grow. It allows me to reach a wider audience. I have over 400 videos on various physio, exercise, and medical related content. And until then, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.